YouTube, are we here? YouTube, welcome. Welcome. Begin. Starting off with the Brandon High Spirits. We're going to be sending an Albaz Fusion to the graveyard here. We have Gangrenol, which will be able to trigger from the graveyard if an opponent summons a monster through a monster effect. We have Kit adding a Branded Fusion, plus returning a card in the hand back in the deck. We do have Magna Hut, which actually is quite disruptive to this play. If they don't have another Albaz in their hand or in the graveyard, by banishing the fallen Albaz from the grave, this is a great play. Chain it to the activation of the Albion Fusion, and just like that, it would be safer to summon a Lubellion. Lubellion does not get countered by something like a Bystial because it could return the banished card back to the deck. Come forth, we are now making our Dragostapelia instead of being able to go into a Mirror Jade. And we are going to negate. Now, we don't go directly into Mirror Jade. We then go into Lubellion, which then goes into Mirror Jade. We keep the Albion on the field because we want to send it to the grave through the effect of Bystial Lubellion. By getting the Albion into the graveyard, it's going to be able to search for a branded spell or trap during the end phase. We have a branded loss plus a way to trigger it. The branded banishment can reborn from the graveyard, then fuse with either side of the field. Then we could search for a Mercurier, which is a monster negate, but it's actually not activatable because we don't have an Albaz Fusion on the field because of that Bystial screwing us up. But we got Max C and no way to stop the Max C, so I don't think Mannadium really has a good play through Max C, do they? In-game music, thank you so much. All right, we're going to be summoning a Rhymeheart. Rhymeheart is going to be getting negated by the Dragostapelia, activating to search our deck for a Mannadium card. Spell, trap, monster, does not matter. Magician's Soul, special summoning. Chain the Max C to the special summon. Now what do? And what's also really screwy here is they're level 1, because I would think a good card to summon here would be Chaos Angel, which we're not even playing. 6 plus level 4, dark and light, but level 1, level 1. The Dragostapelia is anti-synchro, anti-exceed. Your levels get screwed up and you're negated. What I would do against Sprite back in the day is they would summon a level 2. I would then Dragostapelia right away to make it level 1. Then they can't special summon their sprites. We got Druid Swarm here. If we could send it to the graveyard, it will activate to send the Dragostapelia to the graveyard here. We are activating the banishment, reborning the properly summoned Albion to then fuse with either side of the field, fusing with both Druid Swarm and the Magna Hut to make a Boarlord Furious. Now, the Druid Swarm got banished, so it does not activate when banished. Only when sent to the graveyard, it would be able to send a special summon monster to the grave, which the brand loss would, which also would be stopping that from even happening. Did we randomly draw into a Cosmic Cyclone? Yes, we did, by discarding a spell or trap. We are now using the Boarlord Furious to pop the Albion during the end phase, then activating to search for a branded spell or trap, grabbing our opening, which could summon an Alubur. We do want to be able to recycle our Branded Fusion through either a Tragedy in the graveyard or a Retribution. Tragedy could grab it back, Retribution could grab it back. We're going to be banishing the opposing Lubellion here. To battle we go. We have 10,000 damage. We don't have to make any crazy plays versus 7,000 life. And just like that, Maxi plus some other cards, defeating Mannadium. Very well done. All right. Well, we only have a Bystial Serenir that we have to play through, so surely we'll have a good turn 1 play, right? And then we're just gonna be ending on a very nice alternative art Apollo USA. She lost her bear. The bear is gone. Damn. So we just have triple monster negate. That was not that great of a turn 1 here. We do have negate the Quem effect to send a monster from the deck to the grave. By chaining a monster effect to Apollo USA, she cannot negate again within the same chain. Only once per chain can she negate. So a good way to get our Serenir out, which can now punch over the Apollo USA instead of it being able to negate another monster effect. We are going to be using the Thrust because you activate a monster effect within my turn. We're taking control of the Apollo USA at 5,600 damage on the field here, activating the Branded Fusion using Called By or Apollo USA. Apollo USA to negate the Ash. Now, you used a Bystial against me, chaining it to the Apollo. I'm going to do the same thing to make sure that I get my Bystial out before you're able to stop me. Chain, banish from the grave, get that Magna Hut out, but we don't have anything else. We're screwed. This is going to be full Branded Fusion into Mirror Jade, non-target monster, banish. We should have lethal damage here. I think so. Quem's being triggered to reborn for the... Yeah, we got lethal damage, definitely. We are triggering our Magna Hut to search during the end phase. That is not turning into disruption here. Fusion summoning to the Lubellion. Discard the Call by the Grave, making a Mirror Jade. The Albion could also attack. And that is the end for Mannadium, unfortunately. 11,000 damage on the field. Using Apollo USA against the opponent, not using the finger from the hand because we then discarded it with Lubellion. Lethal damage, 2-0. Damn. Damn. Didn't even get max seed on turn 1. A single Bestial kind of messed it up. Now, to be fair, Mannadium is better when opening up Reinhardt or the Mannadium field spell. When they only have the Scareclaw engine, the deck is not as good. Wait a second, we're playing Diablo Star in Prank Kids? Is this actual synergy or what? We have Where Art Thou searching for a Snake Eye Prank Kids. Grab the Poplar, summon the The Where Art Thou is kind of like a bonfire. You add the Poplar, it does trigger. Ain't no way. If you activate a card the Midnight Earl is pointing to, it then could negate a monster in the field. We have the Borreload, which is going to be able to negate anything. We have the Sprite Elf protecting our Earl and our Borreload from being targeted, so I'm not going to really count that as a disruption, but the Prank Kids Pandemonium fusion summoning into our Butler. The Butler's going to be able to Raigeki not once, but twice. Non-target field wipe, that's 2 more disruptions on top of this field. So about 4 public disruptions, not counting the impermanence and the Ash. So about 6 disruptions plus we have Promethean Princess, 7 disruptions versus we're going to draw into our 6th card. So 7 disruptions versus 6 cards in our hand. That's checkmate, right? Let's see. Also drawing into another hand trap potentially right here during the end phase. We drew into Maxi. No way. That's first turn kill. Okay, now we have Maxi to deal with. Maxi and 7 disruptions versus 6 cards in the hand. Let's see what we do. Come forward, Sharon. Sharon's going to mill 3 cards off the top of our deck here. We're going to mill 2 more with the effect of the Scareclaw Kashtira. Rhinoheart Ash is going to negate the effect of sending a Tearlament from the deck to the grave. We still have 6 more disruptions. Okay, we have Grief, which will be able to reborn, then send the Rhino to then reborn the Rhino if we want to. We are going to use the Tearlament Kashtira to mill additional cards here. Bow Wow is going to be adding 2 Prank Kid cards in the graveyard back to our hand. All right. Mudora is turning off 2 disruptions, 3 disruptions, which is why the Borreload needs to negate. So we're now down to 5 disruptions here. He was stopping the Fusion Summon and the Promethean Princess. We're now using Earl to negate the Tearlament Kashtira. Okay, so we still have 4 disruptions here. We have Promethean Princess, we have Butler, and we have Impermanence. Add back our Prank Kid cards so that we could properly Fusion Summon with them. Rhinoheart summoning to then discard a Rhinoheart. It's not going to activate again to send a Tearlament from the deck to the grave, unfortunately. Promethean Princess being triggered. So why is this important to get rid of the Rhinoheart? Because they can make a Time Thief Redoer, then detach the Sharon by card effect to then perform a Fusion Summon. So getting rid of the Rhinoheart stops a rank 4 exceed. So we're going to be using the Promethean Princess to pop that Rhinoheart. We have 3 disruptions left as we're now Fusion Summoning into our Battle Butler, which is double non-target, destroy the entire field of monsters. Lampsies burn, Fansies send from the deck, and Dropsies gain some life. We're also going to be able to summon up to 2 Prank Kids from the deck here. When do we Raigeki? Triple Tactics talent could take control of that double Raigeki play. Destrudo reborning itself from the graveyard here to make a level 10 Synchro potentially. We're going to be Raigeking right now. Raigeki the field. We have 2 more disruptions. Sharon will be triggered to then Fusion Summon into. Are we holding on to the TTT? You'd think that we'd want to take control of something. Oh, Imperm onto the Kick Cow, negating multiple effects. The effect of being able to send itself to the graveyard to then mill 5. The effect to then search for a Tearlament or send a Tearlament's also negated. We only have 1 more Raigeki left. versus a TTT. Do we take control of the Butler? We are going to be using the Butler to non-target wipe the Kit Kat, which will trigger Mill 5. We're out of disruption, 0 disruption. We're still taking control of something since we do not target. Now, there's a question with Borreload. Does Borreload have a negate right now? If you take control of the end, it already negated. Let's read the card. This states that you can only use the effect of Borreload once per turn. Who's you? You is Justinian. I did not use the effect. You used the effect. So I, with a hard once per turn, it's tied to the player, not the card. Soft once per turn is tied to the card, not the player. So we have a negate. We just stole a negate. And there's 0 disruption left for Prank Kids. What? How did this happen? Well, I mean, you know, Prank Kids is under, we have the Max C benefit right now. If it weren't for Max C, I think Vodka could maybe win this. But because of Max C, what the heck is going on here? Anaconda, are we going into Mirror Jade here? Now, Anaconda can get Veilered. Oh my gosh. Ain't no freaking way. When did we draw that Veiler? Oh my God, it was a recent draw even. That is so unfortunate. We gave the opponent, I don't even know how many draws, but Max C ruined what would have been an absolutely epic duel that was still epic. Good job, Vodka cooking through all 7 disruptions, but the secret 8th disruption was drawn through Effect Veiler. We could not play through the 8th one. We're going to start off with a reinforce the army. This is what I like to think of as Ash bait. We want to bait Ash so that they do not negate the Branded Fusion with an Ash. We have Effect Veiler on the Rhino Heart, stopping the effect of sending a monster from the deck to the grave, which would trigger a fusion. We have Sharon, which is not activatable. It needs a monster in the hand to discard to summon them Mill 3. So with Triple Tactics Talent, we're looking at the hand. We're going to chain Max. Whoa, you didn't chain Max C? Oh my gosh, we did not chain Max C to the Triple Tactics Talent. What the heck was that? Okay, well, we saw Max C, we returned it back in the deck, as we now go into the Kit Callus. Maybe we had our toggle off? That's quite interesting. We're going to be searching for the Tearlament Cashier to then discard it with the effect of Sharon being summoned to then mill 3, to now mill an additional 2. We have Kid Cal reborn the Cashier to then mill 5 plus 3, mill 8. We did mill 11. We milled 14 cards so far. 14 cards milled after this resolves. That's a lot of mills. We have Mudora, the Explorer, which could be pretty good against Prank Kids, I'd say, worthy enough of being negated by the Borreload previously. We now have Rukalos, which can negate the effect of Special Summon, as the Branded Fusion on top of this, sending a Fairy Tale Snow from the deck to the grave with the ability to flip any monster in the field face down. One of the biggest counters to Prank Kids is very simply deal with their normal summon. They normal summon Fansies, you'll Special Summon the Fairy Tale Snow, flip it down. They can't wear Arf Thou. They can't Link Summon. I think they scoop just from that. What else do we have in the grave? The Mudora is Disruption in a way. We have Negate a Special Summon. We could Reborn Albaz if we had it in the graveyard. We do, with the effect of the Albion, but we don't have a card to discard to then Fusion Summon with. Let's see what's good. Prank Kid Pranks. We're going to discard the Fansies to summon a token. We're going to negate the effect of summoning a token and destroy the Prank Kid Pranks, sending Sharon to then trigger a Fusion Summon. I'm out of here. We are out. Justinian has surrendered. Let's go into game 3. All right, let's get to it. All right, we swapped up the player scores here. Justinian losing game number 2, starting off with the Magician's Soul, sending a Diablo Star from the deck to the grave. Now, I love that Justinian's playing this because it's reminding me of something I've been doing recently, which is what are different ways to have fun with Snake Eyes? Because maybe you're bored of the pure way to play it. I've been playing it with TG. I only put about 4 or 5 TG cards in the main deck, and the deck plays differently, and it's a lot more fun. So what do we have here? We have we got Max C, of course. We have Ash, which is our Disruption. We have Double Monster Negate through the Apollyon. We have Earl, which can negate a monster in the field. We have a Fusion Summon play, which will give us double Raigeki. We have Promethean Princess in the graveyard, which is 7 disruptions plus Max C. So just like game one, vodka cooking. Can you cook harder than game one through Maxi again? 7 disruption again. Deja vu. Come forth and summon. We have nothing to stop that play. Adding back. So we already have blue. So we need blue, green, red. All 3 colors. We can now fusion summon into that double Raigeki. Reinforce the army grab in our Reinhardt. That's going to be our normal summon, which is competing with the Sea Mare. So maybe we want to do something else. We're going to be sending a Selic to grab a Sharon. This is a good play. Knowing that they're making that play, we're going to stop the search for Sharon, which would have discarded a card from the hand to summon, then mill 3. So we have 6 disruptions left here. I am playing Calamity Lock with TG. Yes, it's a lot of fun. Floodgates are fun. Earl is going to be chaining directly to the elf now. You could chain link block the Earl if you had any other quick effect whatsoever. Let's say your own Maxi on your own turn. Chain Maxi to the elf, then the Earl cannot negate your Rhino Heart, which is happening right now. Negate. So we have 5 disruptions left. Okay. We are Destructoing, which is going to be a negate. Now down to 4. Promethean, Apollo, Raigeki, Raigeki. We're going to be chaining our Maxi to the branded fusion. Draw per special summon, which we could draw into effect veilers potentially, as we did in the previous game. Sending a Hovness from the deck to the grave, which will trigger her effect. She is being sent to the grave through a card effect. We have Lubellion on summon, discarding, chainlink blocking with Hovness. So if you had a Ghost Spell or an Apollo USA, Apollo cannot negate the Lubellion. So we chose which effect we wanted to go through. You have that choice if you correctly set it in the settings. Do you want Hovness to go through or Lubellion? We protected Lubellion. Now we're going to be with 3 disruptions left. We have Promethean, Raigeki, Raigeki. When do we do it? Kid Callus is here on summon, searching our... Oh, we drew into Effect Veiler. Ain't no way. This just happened. So we're not destroying the Kid Callus with Lubellion. We're popping the Lubellion, which is being triggered from the summon of Kid Kalos. The Effect Veiler is stopping the ability to add, and the ability to summon from the graveyard or hand, and the ability to mill 5, even though that effect's not really negated, but the way to initiate that effect is now being stopped, because we drew into the Effect Veiler on its freaking summon. The best card possible, we drew it. And we only have double Raigeki left. That's it. No more effects after double Raigeki. We only have 2 non-target quick effect Raigeki. Get ready, get ready. Are we gonna even need to Raigeki? Pop in the Lubellion. We are negated with Kit Cow. The Fansy's being triggered, Dropsy's being triggered, so we're gonna gain some life and burn for 500 damage. Also send a Prank Kid card from the deck to the grave. Place is also, is it reducing or boosting? Gain 500 attack to our entire field, very nice. Come forth and summon. This made you rage, Vodka, for real? I'm so sorry, Vodka. Well, so Vodka did not know that they top-decked Veiler on the summon of Kit Cow, but now they know. Sorry about that. We didn't even use our double Raigeki. Coin flip wins? Well, I think Vodka for both game 1 and game 3 was okay until they kept top-decking Veiler. In this situation, it was Veiler on the summon we wanted to use Veiler on. Impermanent Veiler, back when Tearlament was tier 0, those were the best cards to use on the Kit Cow. You didn't want to Ash it, you wanted to Veiler or Imperm, and we're kind of in that situation again. You want to Impermanent Veiler on the Snake Eyes Ash. You don't want to Ash the Ash, you want to Veiler Imperm. Very well done, Justinian. Maxi is good, but I do like your deck though. Prank Kid, Snake Eyes. Yeah, all of you should be thinking of some fun ways to mix your Snake Eyes with other decks, like I'm doing with TG.